Hi guys. You're probably watching this video because you want to know what's the latest diet tip, or what's the best way to lose weight. What's the easiest way to lose weight? So I'm going to try to make this video really short, but I really want to share with you my weight loss strategy. And the keyword that I want you to remember is lifestyle. All right, not so much diet, but lifestyle. For you to maintain, once you've lost the weight, for you to maintain that, you have to work around your lifestyle. You have to build a lifestyle that is sustainable. So let me just show you a couple of pictures of what I was before this. And there you go. Pay attention to my tummy. You can see it's quite fat. My arms are all quite thin, but look at my tummy and then look at my face. Okay, look at my face in the picture. Look at how bloated it was. Okay, here's another picture. Same thing again. My structure is quite small, but it was my tummy. I had it was really really fat, and my face, it was really really bloated. And then here you go, the final picture, a lot more clearer. I'm sorry, it's a bit obscene, but yes, this was who I was about a year ago. All right. So hi guys, my name is Bob, and I want to share with you my journey and what I did over the span of 4 months that helped me lose about 12 to 14 kg. And the reason I'm not so sure and exact is because when I started my weight loss journey, I didn't weigh myself. I knew I was fat. Okay, I'm not going to body shame anybody, but I knew I was fat. And the reason why I'm saying I was fat was because there was a lot of fat buildup around my body. As you can see from the last image that I shared just now, here you go again. There was a lot of fat buildup, especially at the uh, stomach area, and you can see at my buttocks area. There's just a lot of fats, and I was really bloated as well. Because if you look at my face previously, let me just show you the other one here. Look at my face, and then you look at my face now, right? You can see that back then, my cheeks, right? I was just really bloated as well. So I've actually lost a lot of sleep in the past few days because I kept wanting to make this video. I kept wanting to share with people out there who is really going through the same journey that I went through before I lost weight. The journey of shame, of people constantly telling me that I put on weight, constantly telling me that I'm fat, constantly making fun, not so much so in a negative manner where they were literally just pointing at me and laughing so much. It was just more of, like, hey, you put on weight, hey, you're drinking too much nowadays, huh? Can see, your stomach is coming out. Hey, why is your shirt so tight? There's a lot of body shaming going on there. It was in a light nature from their end, but for me, I it really impacted me. So let me share with you how this all started. I was actually starting to become overweight, right? When I got into my corporate job. Before that, I've never worked in corporate job before, but when I got into my corporate job and the stress that came with corporate job, I didn't know how to manage that. So that made me um, eat a lot, and I used to drink a lot of alcohol as well. I was really binging on alcohol, I'll say, and all that add together with no exercise. And as you all know, right, corporate job is you just sitting at your desk from morning till evening, and then you're going out for lunch, you're eating outside food, and then you come back home for dinner, you're exhausted and you just want to eat and go to bed. So there's no exercise as well. Along the way, my company that I work in, it's actually an MNC company. It's We sell a lot of products. We also actually sell weight management product. We don't say weight loss, we say weight management, because I'll come to that because it's the same as lifestyle, right? It's a weight management program, and I actually learned a lot. So I actually participated in that program once, and I did manage to lose about 5 kg, only 5 kg in about the span of 3 months. But I was doing it all wrong because right after the program ended, I actually doubled my weight, And the picture that you see, those are pictures of me after I stopped the program, after the program ended, because I didn't know how to maintain. I didn't build my lifestyle around weight management program, right? I just did what I needed to do to lose that weight for the 3 months, and then boom, I was back to it again. So then, as the stress built up over the years, and I was continuing to drink, and I was continuing to eat as and when, and generally I have a good diet. I don't really eat too many oily stuff and stuff like that. I don't drink too many sugary drinks. But my mistake was also that I used to skip breakfast, or sometimes after work when I go for my drinks, I will skip dinner. So which is also not healthy actually. You're supposed to eat at every 3 meals a day, right? You're supposed to take 3 meals a day. But I was skipping that. So all that stress and me skipping meals was my body, my brain telling my body that, hey, Bal is under stress. So remember the caveman mentality that, Bal is under stress. Either he's not getting enough food. That is why when he eats a lot to put on whatever food that whatever fats that he can store. So take all that food, store it as fats, and then also that hey, Bal is under stress. So maybe the brain conceive that stress as Bal is in danger. So maybe he's not getting enough food, so yeah, store the fat. So that caveman mentality, there's a lot of videos out there about how our minds work around this whole caveman mentality. And then I got my first child, right before my wife gave birth. MCO happened, so that was early last year, early 2020. MCO happened. I was at home, and it was even worse because even at home, um, I was really not moving much. I was not doing much physical activity, and I was still drinking at night, and I was now eating lunch and dinner, right, together with breakfast, and then snacking in between. And then I got my first child, and then this is the most recent image before I started my weight loss journey, right? You can see the baby's bottle is there, and I came to a point where I realized that I did not have the energy to look after my own child, right? I was just exhausted all the time. I was tired all the time. I wasn't sleeping well, and I don't know what happened, but I got that enlightenment that, hey, Bal, you don't have an excuse to not be fit anymore, right? You are working from home. You don't have traffic to worry about. You have time in between your working hours to get some exercise done. Uh, you We all know that exercise helps manage stress. So, Bal, you keep saying that you're so stressed, but right now a lot of experts out there telling you that, hey, you can actually manage your stress if you can work out. So one fine day, I just put on my shoes and I went for a walk, because like I said, I tried previously, right, the 3 months program, but back then I was jogging and I didn't like jogging because my knees really hurt, and I had to jog every day and I had to reach 10,000 steps. So that was like almost about 45 minutes of jogging. And I told myself this time that, don't do that. Why torture yourself? Let's do something that you can sustain. So let's just start by you going for a walk. And yep, I just put on my shoes. I think I was just wearing something as simple as this, right? So it's just whatever I was wearing, and then just some exercise shorts. And yeah, I went for a walk. I took my earphones with me, and I was just listening to songs, and I walked for about half an hour, and I came back home. And then I realized I actually enjoyed that half an hour I spent walking. I sort of explored my neighborhood once again. I've been living in the same neighborhood for the past 20, 30 years now. But I don't know, that walk that day, and because it was MCO, there were not many cars out there. I actually really enjoyed my walk. And then the next day, I wanted to do it again because I just felt the benefit. So I went for a walk again. And then it kept happening. every day I wanted to go. It became an addiction. I want to go for the walk. And half an hour walk turned into an hour's walk. So an hour's walk is about 5 kilometer, and that's like burning about 300 calories. But at that point, I wasn't counting calories, nothing. I wasn't thinking much about anything else. I was just enjoying going for my walk. And I actually snuck out of my working hours at times when the stress was too much to go for my walk as well, because I really enjoyed it. It really helped me cope with stress. So I managed to cope with stress, right? I found that, hey, you know what? Exercise is actually really helping me at work. I'm managing to cope with stress. I'm managing to put one plus one and finding out that, hey, it's two. I'm not stressing about that. And then the next step was, all right, well, now that you're going for a walk and all that, you got that half an hour. So I actually like to read self-development books and stuff like that. I've been doing it for years, but I've never taken any action, right? It's always just, like it's sort of those make you feel good kind of things that, yeah, you listen like, yeah, I should do this and all that. Then you feel good about yourself, and then, yeah, but you don't do anything about it. So I told myself, I said, yeah, I got half an hour. Let's just listen to something on YouTube. So I came across some videos on a small path to least resistance if you want to change your habit and stuff like that. So really, these small things that just added up, right? It kept adding up. It kept adding up. And then after 2 or 3 weeks of just going for a walk every single day, God, I really loved it. Then I went into looking at my diet. I was like, okay, but so now you're burning all these calories, and maybe it's time that you have the now that you have the willpower to actually go for an exercise. Now let's look at what you're consuming. And yep, then I look at what I was eating every day. So I actually eat. Let me just let me just oh, can pause this. Yep. So anyway, I was eating a huge plate of rice, right? So this is the Asian diet. The Asian diet is so full of carbs. We prioritize carbs, and then we look at our protein, and then we look at our veggie. So the portion was disproportionate at in all ways. Anybody, any dietitian does the same thing. You should not be consuming so much of carbs if your job or your daily activity doesn't demand that much of carbs. But I did this the same. I did the same thing back then during my 3 months program, where I was controlling my portions of how much I was eating. But the problem with that was I kept feeling hungry, right? I kept feeling hungry, and then I was just like pushing myself through. I was eating small portions of very small portion of rice. It's like almost just maybe half a bowl, and then yes, I was taking veggie, I was taking meat and all that, but I was not snacking in between because I thought that, hey, calorie in, calorie out, you got to control how much calorie you got to take and stuff like that. So yeah, don't simply eat anything, because then later you got to go for a jog, and that really sucks. So just don't eat so much, so you don't have to exercise so much. But that was wrong. So the other lifestyle change that I made was that I adopted this concept of quarter, quarter, half. So on your plate, right? So this is your plate. You Half of your plate is supposed to be vegetables, and actually vegetables really help you to feel full longer. Okay, because of all the fiber that's in vegetables. So half the plate is vegetables, and do not worry about making sure that your vegetables is actually sort of a mountain on your plate as compared to your rice that's a mountain on your plate. So the vegetable was I was taking a lot of vegetables. And then protein, right? So you have a quarter of your plate is protein, and a quarter of your plate is carbs. It took a bit of practicing, but I adopted that very fast, because after I had my lunch, the first time I tried it, after I had my lunch, I was like, oh man, this is actually really filling, right? I mean, like, I was really full. I didn't really feel hungry as well. And then I didn't feel that my body or was too tired. Something after lunch we have that thing term as a lunch coma. I didn't feel that my body was too tired. I didn't feel that lunch coma effect that I was having all this while for the past, I don't know what, 5, 6 years. I was feeling fine. And so I was like, okay, yeah, this is good, right? This is good. And then because we just got a baby, so my wife wasn't able to cook every single day. And the amount of vegetable that I was consuming, it was like two people's worth of vegetables. And then I switched to the ready-made lettuce leaves that you can find in grocery stores, right? There's already pre-packed lettuce leaves, kale leaves, or any green leaves. Any green leaves, guys. This is the key here. Any green leaves. There's a lot of benefit in green leaves, vegetables. It helps with the pH balance in your body, and it's also there's a lot of fiber in there. There's a lot of water in these leaves, so it helps with hydration. And then so what I used to do was in my plate, I had that quarter amount of rice, carb. I had a quarter amount of protein, and the protein before I go to the vegetable, the protein is whatever that's cooked, or whatever you're gonna buy out there. Just try not to get something that's too oily, or make sure it's not fried lah, right? Like for the Asian diet, we have curry and then we have steam and stuff like that. So it's fine. Whatever your family is going to eat for that day, right? Eat the same food because that is something that's sustainable. You making a separate salmon dish for yourself, or a separate uh, whatever is it, grill chicken breast, you're not going to do that on a daily basis. It's just not practical. If you're a working adult, it's just not practical. Okay, if you can, it's really good. But if you can't, like myself, it's just me, my wife, and my kid. We don't have that luxury of time to do all this kind of cooking, fancy cooking. So whatever is cooked for the day, just consume that, but consume in the right proportion. And then when it came to veggie, instead of that half plate of leaves, because leaves takes up a lot of space in your on your plate, right? So I actually had a separate plate, and then I just fill it up with leaves. So I'll break off the leaves from the plant, and then I'll wash it, and then I'll just consume it together with my rice and my protein. And then that was a revelation for me, because I realized that, hey, this is actually much easier than me cooking, right? Green leaves, I just got to pluck it out, I just got to wash it, and then I just got to eat. And wow, I felt full. Still, I felt full for a long time. There was lesser oil that I was consuming because I'm not cooking my veggie. The nutrients in the veggie retains better because there's no heat introduced when for cooking. And the oil and stuff like that I'm getting from the protein, and yeah, from the protein, right? And then the carbs I was getting from my rice. So I was having a very proper meal, right? So this is recommended by the ministry in Malaysia, the health ministry in Malaysia. So it's called quarter quarter half again. Just remember that, quarter quarter half. Now you can have a plate like mine, which is about this big, right? Previously was about this big by plate. So get a smaller plate. Get a smaller plate. It's just, I think you guys have heard this before. Get a smaller plate, because when the plate is full, it feels as if you're eating a lot. I gave it a try. It actually works. But then again, yeah, like I said, I had a separate plate just for the green leaves, right? There's the spinach, sorry, the lettuce and stuff like that. And the initial stage when you are consuming lesser food, because your body has been so used to consuming this much of food, and then suddenly you're saying, telling your body to, hey, you can only consume this much of food. You might go through constipation. You might find it difficult to go to the toilet in the first few days. So when you start this diet, right? Because when you go exercise, you're also losing a lot of water, and when you're eating lesser, you're also consuming less liquid. When you start this diet, you got to drink a lot of water. My trick is, I don't I don't have my bottle with me here. Generally, I drink a lot of water as well. Is I actually purchased a 4 liter bottle water, and then I just top it up every day, and then I just make sure that I drink that. I actually drink more than that every day. I don't know why. It's just maybe the weather in Malaysia is really hot. That's why we consume a lot of water. But drink a lot of water, right? Drink a lot of water, and then the next thing for you to introduce into your diet is fruits. So you're having vegetables already, right? There's a lot of fiber there. This is really good, right? This is a lot of fiber over there. In my case, I started having constipation not because I was eating uh, a lesser amount of food, but it was because my main fibers previously was all coming from the beer that I was drinking. There's a lot of fiber in beer. If you drink a lot of beer in a day, the next day you will know when you go to the toilet, right? But that was my main source of fiber, not so much on veggie. I didn't really used to eat a lot of veggie. And then when you introduce fruits as snacks, okay? So when you do feel hungry in between, eat the fruit. How I did it was, I started with bananas, because I like bananas. But there's a lot of this negative thing that you keep reading out there. A lot of people keep saying that, hey, you shouldn't eat a lot of bananas. It's there's a lot of sugar in bananas. If you eat too much, you get constipation. Yeah, I mean, of course, if you do too much of anything, it's not good, right? So everything should be in moderation. So I used to eat maybe one banana because at that moment when you're hungry, you just need to put something. You just need to eat. Your mouth just needs to chew on something, and after about 10-20 minutes, that hunger goes away. So yeah, my pick for fruits is apples and banana. Reason being why, because when you are hungry, previously what you used to do was you used to go and eat the food that was easily available, and there's very little fuss in order for you to get that in your hand. Apple and banana is the exact same, right? Apples, you just stock it up in the fridge. It last for quite some time in the fridge. Some people might say that no, you shouldn't be eating fruits that's kept for too long. The nutritions are gone and all that. Don't think so far yet. Don't think so far yet. That is thinking too far. Don't give yourself all this unnecessary stress. Don't listen too much or read too much out there, because then you can't do any single thing, right? So bananas and apples. Um, I've eaten so much apples that I can now proudly tell you that my favorite apples are Fuji apples and also New Zealand apples, right? I can actually distinguish the taste between these two different apples. You give them to me, I can take a bite each, I can tell you which is which. That's how much apples I ate. Apples are a great snack. It's really, really a great snack. There's a reason why they say an apple a day keeps the doctor away, right? That term didn't just come from somewhere. Some people might say, yeah, that's a marketing gimmick way long time ago and stuff like that. But hey guys, I've been doing it. I've been doing it. I do not know in terms of nutrition all that. I don't suddenly feel so energetic that wow, no, I don't suddenly feel so healthy. It doesn't work that way. You don't suddenly by doing something different a day and then you suddenly see a change. No, it doesn't work that way. It takes time. But it really helped me that when I have that hunger crave, right, in between lunch and dinner, or during between breakfast and lunch, or even after dinner, sometimes when you can't sleep, eating one apple helped me a lot. I'll say one of the key component in my weight loss was fruits as snacks. Okay, so you're eating all this. You change your diet now. Um, Less stressful diet, something that you can continue. It's sustainable. It's not something, just like sometimes you see a lot of people out there, they be posting, they're on diet and they post all these fancy pictures on their page, and like this really fancy meals and all. Yeah, but you don't see them posting that every single day because it's not sustainable. What is sustainable is what you're already doing, but just controlling now and being a bit more aware on what you're consuming. Then when you start going to toilet, right, when you poo, so for some it might be a taboo topic, but for me it's not. For me, your health, you can see your health based on your poo. You can go to the net and you can see which ones are healthy and which ones are not really healthy. Then they will also let you know what's the reason for your poo to be discolor, or the thickness of it and stuff like that. But the moment I actually saw some of the green leaves that I was eating in the toilet bowl, right, for me that was a good sign. That was a really, really good sign that those fibers were working. I actually went toilet very easily, and for me that is a key component that you're healthy when you can go toilet very easily. Okay, I believe many of you all know this, but I also know that many of you all do not know this. Okay, your guts, okay, your intestines, and I think your stomach is part of your guts. Your gut health is extremely important. Is not spoken about much. There's a lot of research going on about it right now, and a lot of it has been proven as well. Your guts is your second brain. Some might say that it is more important than your brains, but no, lah, I mean, no, your gut is your second brain. When you have a healthy gut, you will have a healthy body, because if your guts can process the food and take out the nutrition from there and feed your entire body, then you will perform in an optimum level. Gut health. How do you increase your gut health? Fiber. Uh, so where do you get fiber from? Mainly is from vegetables and also from fruits. Load yourself up with that. Why do you feel tired? Right? Why are you like always tired and stuff like that? Which I was feeling previously. Like I'm always tired and exhausted and like and or can't sleep properly, or you have gas. Your skin have breakouts and all that. Actually, it's all down to your guts. So when you eat uh, fiber from fruits and vegetables, you're actually introducing food for the bacteria, the healthy bacteria inside your gut. So this fiber is, they call this the prebiotic. So prebiotic is the food. Sorry, I may be confused. Either it's the probiotic or the prebiotic. So it's the food for the bacteria inside your stomach, the good bacteria in your stomach. So you're feeding them, so they will retain there, they're happy. It's so important that you control and make sure that the ecosystem in your gut, the bacteria, there's millions of bacteria inside your stomach, and their main purpose is to digest that food and take out the necessary nutrition. If you can look after that, you will have a healthy body and you will start losing weight. So um, water, yes, like I say, water is super important. You got to drink a lot of water. Some people don't like water, right? You need to find an alternative. Go online, find for an alternative what other people are doing. Some say drink lemon water, but I'm not too convinced that you can be drinking lemon water every single time, right? You can't be drinking tea also every single time, because tea can dehydrate the body as well. We all know that. Find for the right alternative. Don't take sugary drink. uh, you are just putting all the effort to waste when you do that. Control the amount of sugar that you're taking in. Okay, and most of the sugar that we're taking in is from the snacks that we've been eating, which now we're going to replace with fruits. Fruit sugars from fruit is different. That is not processed sugar. Processed sugar is what you get from your drinks, from the condensed milk and stuff like that. So in Asia, we drink a lot of condensed milk. So from this kind of sources, you can do it. I'll explain to you later how I started to introduce that back, and it didn't really impact. So let me just show you again, alright? So this is my stomach. Okay, it used to be like this, and now it's like this. And this is me sucking in. If you're thinking I'm sucking in, this is me sucking in. This is me just being relaxed. Alright? So you might say, hey Bal, you still got a stomach over there and stuff like that. Trust me, I actually lost a lot more weight. I didn't have the stomach anymore. The problem was I couldn't fit in a lot of my pants. And I started to look a little bit too haggard, so I didn't like that. I wanted to be normal. So I started eating back and stuff like that. Another story for another time. But yeah, your diet, right? Your weight loss journey, the one that's going to be sustainable is what exercise you're going to do, and also how you're going to eat. And trust me when I tell you, 90% of your weight loss journey is down to what you eat. How many times have you seen somebody that's been working out for the past 2 3 months, and they've been keep telling people that, no, yeah, I'm working out and I'm eating this and I'm dieting like this, and But then you don't see much of a difference in their body, right? They still look like they've not put off any weight. They look exactly the same. They're doing a lot of exercise, but they do exactly the same. They're just showing you what they eat via the pictures that they have, but exactly what else are they eating, we don't know. So control your food. You will win this battle. Okay, do it in a sustainable way, not in a way that is too, how to say, like you start off, you are eating A right now, and then suddenly you change your diet to Z. It doesn't work that way. It does not work that way. It is not sustainable. You will put on the weight after you stop. Make changes along the way. Make changes along the way. See what fits you. Like I know now that a plate of green leaves, I'm fine with that. I'm actually very happy with that. Until now, I still tell my wife that, did you buy this from the store? Or sometimes if she forgot to buy, or there's no stock or what, I make sure I eat a lot of vegetables here. I make sure I still eat a lot of fruits. All right, but the portion of my rice and the portion of my protein is still the same. Yes, you might say that, hey, Bal, you're eating a lot lesser protein now. How about muscles and stuff like that? Don't think too much yet. Don't think too much yet. Your journey right now is to lose some weight. You just want to lose that few 2 or 3 kg the next 1 or 2 months, and then when you see that happening, that will automatically motivate you to do more. So I give you an example, right? So I was about 74 kg. That's not too heavy, I understand, because my frame, I do have a very small frame, just that there's a lot of fats around, the fat buildup that made me really heavy. But at that weight, at 74 kg, I was playing futsal. My knees used to really hurt because of all the running, and then walking up the stairs. And I was also trying out, okay, you know what, exercise. I was doing Zumba. I was doing push-ups and sit-ups and skipping rope and all that. My structure, my bone structure is not meant to carry that much of weight yet, because I don't have that much of muscle. But here I was, with such a small structure, exerting so much of physical force onto my body. At 74 kg, if you're going to do push-ups, right, the one that guys do where they put their legs straight, right, so it's like very elevated compared to the one that girls do. So girls, they normally go on their knees when they do push-up. But if you have to do like this, right, the amount of weight that you're putting on your wrist, as you can see, I've got very small wrist, right? The amount of weight that you're putting on your wrist is really, really heavy. So even when you go to the gym and you start carrying weights, the professionals always tell you to start small, right? Start with small weights. And here you are, uh, listening to a lot of these experts saying, yeah, okay, so this is what workout you're going to do. We're going to do squats, right? We're going to do push-ups. We're going to do jumping jacks. With the amount of weight that you're currently carrying, you shouldn't be doing any of this. It's too demanding for the body. Your muscles are not ready for all this kind of additional weight. So that is why it's not sustainable. That's why you don't hear people keep telling, like, yeah, I'm continuing to doing squats. It's been a year and I'm still doing squats every day, and I'm still doing push-ups and all that. For those who have been trying to lose weight but have not been successful, right? I'm not talking about those who have been successful. There are also people who's been doing that and they are successful. There are. But I'm just trying to talk from my point of view and why I couldn't sustain that kind of exercise. So don't do too much exercise yet. Wait first. Wait first. All right. Wait first. Lose at least about 10 kg, and then when your body is lighter, you will feel the difference when you start doing that exercise. You'll be like, hey, you know what? This is actually doable, right? It's actually quite fun. Yeah. I don't feel that amount of stress that, oh my God, there's so much weight to carry when you're doing the push up. No, no. It's not practical at all. Lose some weight first. Once you have lost the weight, then you can start doing this a bit more, how to say, physically demanding exercises, right? Doing push-up is not some simple stuff, right? If you're doing it wrong, then you better not do it that well. Might as well not do the exercise. There is a right way to do push-up. Find out about it. So how I started to do push-up was, because like I said, I've got small wrist. So when I was really heavy and I was trying to do the push-up, my wrist always used to hurt. I couldn't really bend, right? It used to hurt over here very bad. So do elevated push-up first. You need to train your muscles that, hey, you know what, this is how I'm going to do my push-ups, and then you got to slowly build that muscle. So do elevated push-ups first. Let me just show you quickly. Find a ground that is slightly high, all right, at least at your waist or higher, if higher is even better, if you're heavier. So just, okay, and then just simple. I got this in front of me right now, so I can't do it, right? But if you don't have this, you go all the way down and just do that first. Just do that first. That is you building a muscle memory, and that is you developing. Because to do push up is not just one muscle. There's a lot of muscle that's involved. Your wrist, your forearm, and stuff. There's a lot of muscle that's involved. So you got to develop the smaller muscles first, so then they can help and assist you when you start to do more advanced push up. Then you can start thinking about dealing your bigger muscles as well. You need to build a small muscles as well. So just start something really light, something really simple, but start. But at this stage, like what I say, wait till you lose about 10 kg first. Relax first. Don't try to do too many things. The problem is when you read these books and all that, the self help tips, diet tips and all that, they tell you a lot of things to do. Right? You gotta do this. 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 It is that is not human nature. We cannot just suddenly start and do so many things. We cannot sustain that. When we were growing up, when we started to learn how to say A, B, and C, it was after multiple times that then we finally found out that okay, now this is how to say A. To even say A took us a lot of time. All right, so baby steps. Don't do too many things at once. Okay, now this is now that you have got a lifestyle already. Okay, after about 2 months, that now you have developed that lifestyle where you're eating lesser, which means now your stomach has also shrunk. So you can just consume this much and you will feel full. You don't feel as hungry as often. Now you know the techniques that you need to overcome the hunger between the main three main meals, right? The snacking period. Now you know how to do that. Now you know how to exercise. Then comes the third point, which is intermittent fasting. So this was introduced to me by my MD and a colleague of mine. But when they told me, right, I was like, oh, this is too much because intermittent fasting, many of you know what is intermittent fasting. You guys can check out, there's a lot of videos on YouTube as well. So I won't really elaborate on what intermittent fasting is, but just generally, it's you letting your organs rest from the amount of work it takes on a daily basis to digest the food. So you're giving them between 14 to 18 hours rest where you don't consume any food. You're not consuming any food, all right? The only thing you can consume during this hour is water, which is plain water, or maybe with what lemon juice or whatever it is, that's fine. Without any sugar, make sure there's no sugar. So water, black coffee, that means no sugar again, no milk as well, or tea. Again, no sugar, no milk. Because coffee, tea, and water, this is all 0 calories. 0 calories. So not putting any strain on your organs, your digesting organs, to work. So give them time to rest, relax, rejuvenate. As humans, we cannot be working, right? We don't work 24/7. Even we have time where we rest. Let your organs rest. So this is what intermittent fasting is all about. So when you let your organ rest, and then when they start to not receive food from the food that we are consuming, they start to take from the reserve stored energy in your body. So in terms of the fats in your body, and also the excessive sugar that's in your body or whatever it is, something like that along those lines. But basically, then they start relying on those reserve energy to feed themselves to keep your body alive. Intermittent fasting, if you do it right, it accelerates your weight loss program. But the thing is, must remember this: you cannot straight start doing intermittent fasting. You have not conditioned your body to maintain that. If I tell you that just by reducing the amount of portion you need to eat, and then you already worry like, yeah, but I'm going to feel hungry and stuff like that, then you cannot do intermittent fasting, because intermittent fasting is very demanding. Your willpower needs to be really strong. You cannot eat. So when you have that hunger that suddenly comes, that creeps in, right? You must be already be mentally strong to tell like, yeah, I've managed to lose 10 kg by starting a diet I never thought I would do. I've managed to lose 10 kg by starting to do exercise which I never thought I'd be doing on a daily basis. and then now this little bit of hunger that's coming in, yeah, I have the willpower to actually also overcome this hunger. I can do it. So once you have done the first two stages, it takes about 2 months. Now you're coming into intermittent fasting. Don't do it for prolonged period. If you want, you can. Like my MD still does it because he say it gives him the clarity of mind. It really helps him be focused on his work and stuff like that. I've tried it, but I just don't know. It just didn't really stick for me. But that 1 month that when I did it, I really lost a lot more weight. I really seriously, I really lost a lot more weight, and I have not gained weight, much weight, even after I've stopped doing that. I think what intermittent fasting did for me was it recalibrated my metabolism again. It got it going again, got it functioning properly again. That I'm actually eating a lot more now, right now, but I'm not putting on as much weight as I used to. So yeah, intermittent fasting, but don't do it now. Do it later on only. So guys, I think I've spoken a lot, but yeah, s- I started with exercise. But my advice to you is don't start with exercise. Start with the food first. Control your food. Like what I said, how much the portion, a lot of leaves, a lot of fruits and vegetable, a lot of fruits and vegetable, and then no sugary drinks. Just try to stay away from them for some time, and then introduce exercise. Start with simple exercises, just walking. If you want to start in the beginning, it's also fine. If you think you can manage, it's good, right? Start with that first. So simple exercises, and then after you've lost about 10 kg, then you can start doing a bit more intense exercises. And then finally, after about 2 months like that, then you start with intermittent fasting. So this is not this entire thing, right? Why I say lifestyle is because I can continue now. I don't feel that there was no imposter syndrome back then. It's not something that I was doing that was not me. That was entirely me. And until now I can still do it because it's still me. I'm still doing that and my lifestyle is around that. I still want to eat a lot of vegetables. I still snack on my apples and bananas. I find that I don't feel guilty anymore. I'm eating, but I don't feel guilty anymore. Sometimes, in our weight loss journey, we feel very guilty, right? But I don't feel that anymore. Another big challenge that we face is sometimes it's like, yeah, Bali it's easy to say, but I've got a lot of functions and parties and all that. Trust me, I have a lot of functions and parties to attend as well. But now that I know how to eat and I know how to control my portion, right? So you can do that. That it's fine for you to cheat sometimes. I won't say cheat, but it's fine for you to eat cakes because you cannot never eat cake in your entire life. Right after this, you're gonna eat cake, right? You're gonna enjoy cake. It's fine. Do it in moderation, right? Before this, maybe you used to eat 3 slices of cake. Maybe just eat a slice of cake, but it's fine. You're not gonna after that one cake. You're not gonna put on 5 kg, right? The next day, it's fine as long as after the next day you continue again, right? You just maintain and don't eat cake every single day. It's just for those occasions that you have. At times, I like to eat bread still. In Malaysia, we have roti canai, so I really love that. Malaysia's comfort food is very very unhealthy. I like those stuff. So here and there, I still eat them, but it's not like previously where I used to eat them. I mean, I used to feel guilty when I was eating them because I know they were not healthy. But now I know that even if I eat them, my weight doesn't put on. I don't put on weight anymore already. I have managed to work things around and create a lifestyle around my diet and my exercise and my health. I'll say my health. Another thing, don't buy a weighing machine just yet. Wait for about 3 weeks and then you buy a weighing machine because in about 3 weeks time you will see some changes in your waist. Your pants may be a little bit looser. Then you buy a weighing machine and then you start weighing yourself every day after that. I mean, I used to do it every single day. I was obsessed about it. But yeah, buy yourself a weighing machine. Then after that, then you can track your weight loss journey and stuff like that. The other thing is liquid diet. So like I say, I work for this company, right? So we do sell weight management programs. I'm not doing this video to sell you anything. The only reason I'm doing this video is because I just feel that I need to share with as many people as possible, and whoever that wants to listen to it will come across this video. Uh, I'm not selling you any cost, nothing like that. All right, everything here is free. All you need to do is just like this video and just subscribe. to my channel, because I may create another content after this based on the questions that you have in the comment section. I may create a follow up video for this. But yeah, that's all I'm asking for, right? Just like and subscribe. So liquid diet is fine. You can go out there and you can buy this these meals that is in powder form, and then just got to mix it with either a couple of scoop of proteins, not the proteins, not whey protein, right? This is just your supplement proteins. Or you can mix it with a couple of scoop of milk, and then shake it and then drink it for dinner, and then after that, just before you sleep, eat one apple, and after you go to bed, you should be fine. So liquid diet helps as well, but liquid diet is not sustainable for a long period of time. If you can, it's fine, right? If you can, it's really good, because there's a lot of nutrition inside this liquid diet as well. Inside the powder, they've already put in all the necessary nutrition inside there for a healthy meal. But yeah, like for myself, I knew I couldn't, because I did it for the first 1 month. My dinner was actually the liquid diet. But then because my wife cooks, and then I couldn't allow food to go to waste, and my wife is not going to be able to finish all that food, and it's not easy to just cook for one person or two person, right? You got to cook. When you cook, you end up cooking for 3 or 4 people, and then you eat it for lunch and dinner on the same day. So yeah, again, lifestyle is super super important. And then take your nutrition and exercise and be happy. Manage your stress, you'll be happy. So I think I've the video is quite long. There's actually a lot more I want to share, but if you have anything that you want to ask, just type in the comment section. I've only got about what 40, 50 subscribers. I'm sure to reply to your comment. Don't worry about that. And start your journey. It's not a race, it's not a sprint race, it's a marathon. Give yourself some time, but every single day do something that improves your experience, that you will feel that, hey, you know what, I think, yeah, I think I can do this, and then I can still stick to my diet. It's fine. And don't be too stressed out about it. Enjoy the process. And yep, I'm so happy I've lost this weight, because for 6 over years I couldn't lose this weight, and then finally I lost all this weight. And the same friends and family and colleagues who used to tell me that I put on a lot of weight are the same one that's coming to me today and telling me that, hey Bal, how did you lose all this weight, like what did you do? And and I keep telling the same thing. I say, whatever that your parents taught you back then, how to eat, that you need to exercise, and how you were when you were a kid, when we used to go and play, and stuff like that. And we didn't used to eat so much. We used to eat just enough, and then we wanted to go play again. So yeah, it's just about that only. Eat healthy, and you should be fine. So yeah, thank you guys, and all the best. If you have anything to ask me, just drop me in the comment section. Right? Thank you.